Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my picks for the playoffs. This week we got the divisional round. So last week I won 5-1. It should be up on the screen. Did pretty well, not gonna lie. Only one I got wrong was the Chargers beating the Jaguars, which didn't end up happening because the Chargers are the biggest sellouts in the whole universe. So it could easily be 6-0, but the Chargers just decide to be horrible. Well, besides that, let's get to the picks where we got Chiefs at Jaguars. Giving the Chiefs here, I think this one is a no-brainer. Chiefs, as you guys know, are my Super Bowl favorites, so it really shouldn't be surprising that I would pick the Chiefs in this game. I don't think the Jaguars are necessarily good. I mean, they took a big step. I mean, in the divisional round, that's huge. They're pretty lucky to be there. That because the Chargers decided, yeah, let's not run the ball at all. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Chiefs there. Should be easy one. Next, we're gonna go a bit in depth for obvious reasons. Giants at Eagles. So originally, I had the Giants beating the Vikings, but losing to the Eagles. But after that performance, I'm gonna pick the Giants. I feel like I'm obligated to pick the Giants. Although I do think the Eagles are the better team, I've seen many upsets, especially by a Giants team of this caliber. They always seem to make runs in the Super Bowl. Remember when I made that video about could the Giants make an 07 type run? It was mainly about the coaching, the run game, which I think the run game is gonna have to be effective. The Eagles have the best corner duo in the league, or at least what is left of the league. I think in the league pretty much. And I think that because of that, Giants will not be able to pass the ball as effectively. The Giants don't have amazing separators. Yes, you have guys like Darius Slayton who runs well routes. He also has some problems catching the ball, as you saw last game. That would have been really big if the Vikings ended up tying it up, as Xavier McKinney is clutch. Yeah, so Slayton's your best separator. He's not exactly even amazing at that, but he's still solid. And then, of course, you got Isaiah Hodgins, who's probably the wide receiver one, but he's a decent route runner, but I don't think he's anything spectacular. And then as for Richie James, not really a good separator. He's just good on like short routes, and same for Kenny Galladay. Obviously, he's more of a blocker at this point. He's like a tight end that doesn't catch the ball. Anyway, yeah. So the Eagles, they got the best pass defense in the league. So for the Giants to win, I think that they're gonna have to run the ball or beat them when it comes to the passing game. The Eagles have a much better quarterback. That much is obvious. Jalen Hurts is an absolute beast. When it comes to running, I mean, Hurts is probably better than Jones, but Jones doesn't seem to be banged up, while Hurts does seem to be banged up. So that really is going to be interesting to see. Are you going to take Jalen Hurts' running ability when he might be banged up versus Daniel Jones' running ability? And honestly, that's a fair argument. And then Saquon Barkley, biggest X factor, as he should be. I think Saquon goes off. Giants win 30-21. I think this Chiefs beat the Jaguars 38-17. So let's go to Bengals Bills. I see a lot of people picking the Bills. Yes, they're at home. Yes, they have obviously the motivation. And both of these teams had very disappointing games in the first round. If we just want to talk about those games in the first round, the Bengals, they barely beat the Ravens. It was because of a 98-yard return by a defensive lineman because Tyler Huntley fumbled. You're not going to get that against the Bills. Actually, you might get that against the Bills after what Josh Allen did when they went for that QB sneak. But yeah, you're probably not getting that against the Bills. As for the Bills last week, they're lucky Miami doesn't know how to clock manage. It would flip everything around if the Ravens and the Dolphins won. That would change everything. The Chiefs would play the Dolphins, and then the Ravens would play the Jaguars. But the Bengals and Bills, who are the favorites, both won. The Bills are favored 5.5, and I simply can't agree with that. I'm picking the Bengals here. I think the Bengals are simply the better team. When they played against each other, the Bengals looked like they were about to utterly defeat the Bills. And even though they have that home field advantage, I think really the Bengals have a better all-around wide receiver core. They have a better pass rush. They got Trey Hendrickson. They got Sam Hubbard. In terms of linebackers, I mean, the Bills have Matt Milano, who's one of the best in the league. But, I mean, the Bengals have Logan Wilson, who's also up there. So, really, the defense, I would probably give it to the Bengals because of that pass rush. And then for the offense, the Bengals have the better weapons, just in general. Joe Mixon's a way better running back than anything the Bills have. As for the Bills, their really only rushing weapon is Josh Allen, and of course those design runs are amazing. But really, I think that the Bengals win this game. I think the Bills are way too overhyped. I could be wrong, but if I was betting, I would definitely take the Bengals plus 5.5, because 5.5 points, even if the Bengals lose, I think it'll be close, but I don't think they lose. I think they win 31-27. Cowboys at 49ers. Give me the 49ers here. Cowboys, they kind of destroyed the Bucks, which is absolutely insane. As for the 49ers, they destroyed the Seahawks. So both teams I picked, both teams won. 49ers defense is elite, let's be honest. Their offensive weapons are elite as well. Even if they have a rookie QB, you still have guys on the offense like Deebo Samuel. It's, of course, amazing in the open field, yards after catch, could run the ball. Same for with Christian McCaffrey, who could come out of the backfield and line up as a slot receiver, and then you have Deebo in the backfield. So obviously two versatile weapons there that are pretty much like flexes if you think about it like that, if you're using a fantasy term. As for their tight end, George Kittle, obviously one of the best in the league, really good at blocking. Brandon Ayuk, once again, really good at blocking. Or at least maybe not really good, but he blocked well last week. And then, of course, he's a good versatile weapon too. So yeah, you really just got those weapons on offense versus the Cowboys, who really have solid running game, Pollard and Zeke, two kind of opposite running backs. And then their wide receivers aren't even comparable. I mean, CeeDee Lamb is really good, but Gallup, he's not. He seems like a shell of himself. And then what do they have? Not even James Washington anymore. He's gone. They have Dalton Schultz as a tight end. Really, Dak Prescott was not good in regular season. Obviously had a really good playoff game, but I think that ends when you're playing a team that has a much better defense. So yeah, give me the 49ers in this one. 31-14. I think they beat the Cowboys pretty well. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. And hold up. Did I say the Giants? I'm pretty sure I said the Giants beat the Eagles 30-24. I'm gonna change that to 30-21. I'm gonna change that to 28-24. Alright, we'll go with that. Alright, now I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.